Bakerstreet.coasters live. So today I am actually going to give you my full review on this actual ride, which has been here for more than 10 years now, 11 years. At the Alton Towers Resort. Now the ride is the Smiler, of course, because why not? Now the Smiler did open back in 2013 and was such a huge hit to the Alton Towers Resort. However, there was also these big issues which we won't go into today because it's my full review of this whole entire ride. Now, firstly, all I can say is slow queuing for definite. It is so slow just queuing up and waiting for the rides. Like, I get it has like so many rides per hour, but at the same time the ride is really slow in ride capacity and how much it can fit on. See, again, that could be changed, but I couldn't see that be changed either, because I mean, you think you think an 8-car track on the Smiler, I couldn't see that happening, unfortunately, even though it's possible. However, so that's the first thing. The ride and the queuing is really slow for this ride, hence why it's really got huge queues, because it takes up half of your day, even with a Nemesis open or closed. Now the next thing is the whole entire theming outside is really compact into this little area, which I think is okay, but at the same time it's like, could they do something better? Could they make it so, it goes over Oblivion? That would be quite cool to see, because having that mixed conversion of when Oblivion drops out and then through that tunnel, and then you've just got the Smiler going over it, that would be pretty cool to see. However, no, they've kind of fit it in the old area, and even more room in the old area of the Black Hole, which used to be the former attraction, a former roller coaster, which was in the place where the Smiler is now. So yes, firstly, so negatives is the slow capacity and also how small and compact the ride is. And like people saying, like I say, you never know where this coaster is going. There is so much track above you as you're in the queue. It's like, where it's whizzing around you everywhere. It's really funny. It's Spinball Wizard just without the smiles. So yes, and the theming is absolutely a positive. However, there could be more theming around the ride, as it's literally just metal gates with a bunch of wasps. I mean, I get the wasps are the yellow and black tint, and it kind of suits into the Smiler theming. At the same time, it is really annoying, and they are out to stink. Let's just say that, especially when there's food around. Now, I never see the food halfway point food open, because I've never actually been past it when it's over halfway. It's a very overrated ride. It really shouldn't be overrated, because it's not as good as we think it is, or people think it is. But yet again, it does give a staple attraction to the Alton Towers Resort, because when you think of Alton Towers, what do you think of? Nemesis or Smiler? And most of the time it's a Smiler, because you recognise it from the crash, which we won't talk about. You recognise it from the 14 looping roller coaster, no, 14 times you can go upside down in a roller coaster. The world record holder for 11 years. Well, nearly 11 years. I mean, unless someone wants to top that, America. But yes, no, apart from that, it's absolutely an amazing attraction. Just needs to be a little bit redone. Like, I know there's been painting around the ride this year, which I think is really cool to see, because we've been begging and begging for at least 11 years, and even when it opened, to keep it up, and they have kept it up a little, but the track seems a little bit dirty still, which I think is a bit, they've added some new theming to it, which I think is really cool. Dark, however, they don't get to see it now until Scarefest, so it was kind of a waste of money in a way, but it is what it is. Even though there could have been more liquid paint, then there was more theming, but it does look like how it is, was advertised when it opened up in 2013, because when it was opened in 2013 there was meant to be a bunch of strobe lighting everywhere, and apparently that wasn't it, and we got none of that apart from the screen in the middle, the marmalization screen, and it was like, let's just move around and make it really flashy bright, when it was a really dull ride, especially with a black track in a black atmosphere. It doesn't work. So for that, also Oblivion doesn't work, but that's a different review. So yes, my overall review of the Smiler, very slow. It's an alright ride. It has some good theming, however there could be more theming to it, which I would yet to see and I love to see. The Smiler takeover last year was absolutely appalling. I don't even know where their inspiration came from that. the money could have went on to investments of the Smiler, and then we could have seen further more stuff into the Smiler this year. However, there'd be more money around the investments of other roller coasters, not only Nemesis and dark rides, such as the Curse of Ultimana, which I think is really, really good. I think Bianca Summit is definitely getting out with all the theming stuff. It's just the construction layout stuff, but I think that's more the Merlin side of it, and the overbooking of stuff. I mean, yeah, that's just a park in general. But yes, the Smiler is an overrated ride. I wouldn't put it as high as everyone thinks. It is a really rough ride as well. The track itself is really rough. Or it's not the track sometimes, it's always the wheels of the cars, and they never get to change it because they never get to ride it. So sometimes the staff can go on some really smooth coasters and think all the coasters are the same. They are not. Some coasters are really horrible. I like the second lift hill part. That's quite cool. The 100-degree chain lift, which is pretty cool. And the first lift hill, I love how they synchronise. However, the soundtrack stayed the same, which again everyone loves the ha 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 ha. And I also love how they add the Alton Towers theming into that soundtrack, which I think is pretty cool. And I'd love to see if there was a re-theme to this ride. Love to see what it would be, because I can't lie, it would be stunning. Fitting all that track, it would be so much money of it nowadays. So yes, comment down below what you think of this Alton Towers ride, the Smiler, and yeah, until next time, guys, smile always.